So today we're going to be fixing the world map, except not how I usually do it. Usually I fix the borders, but we're straight up going to be moving continents around. I think the Earth is boring. I mean, we've been living here for... How old are humans? Anyway, we've been here for a while, and I think it's time to switch the continents around, because by the time we're gone, I think the continents will still have barely moved at all, and I think it's time just to speed up the process. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you're new. All the support is greatly appreciated, and let's go ahead and jump straight into the scenario. Okay, first thing that I'm doing is I'm removing these islands up here. I have to make thumbnails all the time, and every single thumbnail, almost every single thumbnail, these islands up here, they are... What the... I have to remove these islands, and it's annoying because I always have to do it. I might just end up removing them from the world map, but yeah. Also, speaking of world map, do you guys want this to be a green map instead of a white map? Because I've been experimenting with thumbnails and doing green instead of white, and usually that does better. You guys like to click on the green more, so do you guys like to watch the green more? Would it be more interesting if the map looks something like this? Of course, I can definitely change the shade of green because that's not like a great one. No, definitely not that. Maybe something like this. I could change the color of the ocean, but if you would like to see green instead of white, do let me know. I'm also going to do a community tabs post on it. Okay, on to our next change. We're going down to the Caribbean here. I think the Caribbean looks cool. It looks fine, but we're changing it. Instead of having a bunch of little islands scattered around everywhere, we're going to be creating a brand new ginormous Caribbean island using the islands that are already down here. So if I connect the Bahamian islands together like that, if I connect Cuba over here, maybe do something down to these, we can end up with a new ginormous island that looks something like this. So there we go. New Caribbean island just dropped. That looks interesting, but it does add to the landmass of North America, and I'm sure it messes up literally everything that happens over here. So that's great. Next up, we're going to be doing some more sinking into the ocean, specifically these guys over here. Yeah, I probably can't even name all of those countries. Doesn't matter though, because I'm not going to be trying to anyway. And now let's go up here to Greenland and Iceland. Now, we all know that Greenland and Iceland, their names are mixed up. Greenland is actually super icy, and Iceland is actually green. So in order to fix this mess and to properly, I guess, correct the mistake that whoever named these islands, the mistake that they made, we're going to be swapping them. So we'll take Greenland and we'll move it over closer to Britain, maybe sink a few of their islands on the way. We're actually going to rotate it too, so it kind of goes in there better, and maybe shrink it just a tiny bit. All right, so there's Greenland, and now we can go ahead and put Iceland right where Greenland was. So now there is no more confusion. Greenland and Iceland are in their correct places. And let's be honest here, North America and South America, they're kind of like, they're the other continents, they're over there. Asia, Europe, Africa, even Oceania, they're all over here in this corner over here, all splotched up right next to each other, nice and close. But North and South America are way over here. That's kind of boring. And we all know that the world is going through some stuff right now, so why don't we bring everyone closer together? Let's go ahead and grab the Americas and move them right on over to Europe and Africa. Now, Iceland here, they're in the way. So let's go ahead and move them once again. We're going to go move them over here to the coast of what is now Iceland. And we'll continue to move the American continents over until they're about right there. That's close enough. So boom, just like that, everyone's nice and close together. South America and Africa are very close, but since this is a flat map, it doesn't really work how it does, because if you go from Maine straight across the ocean, you actually end up over here in Africa, and that's just how the curvature of the Earth works. If you go in like a curved line, then you'll end up in Europe. All right, now to Oceania. This place is a freaking mess, and honestly, we just moved the Americas over towards Afro-Eurasia, so let's move Australia and New Zealand closer to everyone else as well. They are close, but they're now the furthest, and I think they want to get on the party. So let's grab Australia and move them over to the Indian Ocean, and we'll take New Zealand and we're going to put them over here right between everyone else. And that's because New Zealand is often kind of just forgotten about. They're in the corner of the map. Sometimes they're just left off of the map, and honestly, they don't deserve that. They deserve better. So we'll put them right here in the middle. That kind of really separates them from everyone else. And honestly, I'm not liking how the Indian Ocean is existing. It's a nice ocean, sure, but I think it would be better if it just didn't exist. So let's take Madagascar here and do some experimentation. We're gonna grab their island, we're gonna rotate it over to a 90-degree angle, we're gonna stick them onto Mozambique, and then we're gonna stretch them on out. Come on, there we go, stretch. And now that we have a stretched out Madagascar, it's time to connect them up with Australia and Mozambique. So just like that, Mozambique and Australia are officially connected. Now, I did just erase Madagascar's border, so let's go ahead and redraw that. We're going to make it a little bit different though, just so it makes more sense when we're looking at the map. So maybe Mozambique can look like that now. But there we go. The Indian Ocean is now probably still an ocean, but now it's the Indian Sea. Okay, so now back over to Oceania. we have to do more sinking here. These islands, I mean, they're going to be underwater in a few years, like at the rate we're going right now, so it doesn't matter anyway. Rain alert. Okay, cool. But let's take Papua New Guinea, and specifically the island of New Guinea, and let's move them over. We have been moving continents and islands around the entire video. I think it's okay if we move them again. We're actually going to be flipping them this way, and we're going to be sticking them right here on the coast of Australia. So yeah, they fit pretty well right in there. Indonesia is probably going to file a complaint because they own land that's way over here now. So we'll actually just go ahead and make them suck it up and give it over to Papua New Guinea, making them into the island of New Guinea, or I guess it would just be Papa or something like that. Bougainville, is that what it's called? They have independence now. And yeah, we've really messed up the Eastern Hemisphere. Sorry, no, we haven't messed it up. We fixed it. We fixed the Eastern Hemisphere. The only thing left to do now is to make Taiwan huge. I mean, think about it. It's only fair. They had to fight up against China. You know, they've been getting at each other lately, and it's the right thing to do. I mean, they're way smaller than China. Maybe if they're a little bit of a bigger of an island, then they have more of a chance. So Taiwan maybe can fight off now and maybe protect itself. It's extremely unlikely, but maybe. All right, over to Europe now. We're gonna make a pretty big change here, and unfortunately in this update we're gonna be removing Turkey and Turkish people, I love you, but it has to happen. I'm gonna leave Thrice for you. So you can't say that I just completely got rid of Turkey, but you know, Thrice is still there, so can't be too mad. All right, so Turkey has officially been removed. I'm actually gonna go ahead and just kind of draw in a little bit of land here. This isn't Turkey, this is just land. Yeah, I'm not gonna call it Kurdistan because then I'd get in trouble. People would be very mad. It's not Kurdistan, just land. So what was the purpose of doing that? Well, it's gonna open up the sea a little bit. It's gonna give sea access to Ukraine, Russia, and some other countries. Right here, there was a 6-day war that happened between Israel and Egypt, and also the Suez Canal is here. It's just not necessary anymore. We don't need it. I mean, I'm sure Egypt wants it so they can control it, but we don't need it. So now that is gone, and well, everything's more connected now. So now if there's like a really big boat that's coming over here from Australia and they need to get to Europe, all they got to do is like cut through New Zealand like that, and they're gonna go, and after that they're gonna go through here. They're gonna have no problem going through there. And now that the Suez Canal is gone, there's gonna be no more boats getting stuck there, so they can go up to here. If they want to go to Russia, they can go to Russia. They can go to Bulgaria, or they can go to France. I don't know why you would want to go do that though. Or it would be even easier now to get to America. Actually, that might be a longer route. Probably not. Which route's longer? I think the bottom one. Or, hear me out, you do that. That's definitely longer though. That's the longest route. All right, the final few changes here. I'm gonna do 3 more. First of all, Middle East, you're getting an extension. Don't know how you feel about this, but we're going to go ahead and unsink some land that is right here. And now the Middle East is all nice and close together, as it should be. We know Saudi Arabia and Iran love each other. We know that there's some things happening over here in the Persian Gulf, but the Persian Gulf doesn't exist anymore, so what you gonna do? This would hurt a lot of Middle Eastern countries like Qatar, the UAE, Iran. They're hurting from this. Their navies no longer have a purpose, and to double down on that, Caspian Sea is now a country. That's right, I literally have the goddish powers to sink and unsink land. And for our final change here, it's an obvious one. Doggerland has to come back. Now, of course, this isn't exactly what it looked like. This is just the North Sea getting colored in. So now that is back, and it's looking beautiful. Europe screwed by this, specifically the Nordic and Baltic countries, but that doesn't matter because Doggerland's back. Woo! Anyway, now that I have properly fixed the world map, we can end this video. So I'm sorry if this wasn't as high quality or as good or as entertaining as my normal videos. I'm extremely tired right now, and probably when I'm done with this, I'm gonna take a nap and then I'm gonna go see a movie. So gotta be well rested for that. I was going to do a Pangea video today, but that would have taken too long, and I need to get this video to Jaden ASAP because it's Friday and I gotta upload this tomorrow. There were some scheduling conflicts that happened and I couldn't get this done when I wanted it to, but no big problem. I made this one shorter than usual, so sorry to the audience. I'm working on it. Maybe a big announcement soon, based on how the channel is going. It is going to happen, which is good. It's not a bad thing, just, well, I'll have to explain more of it, but it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Anyway, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to show support, it's appreciated. You don't have to, but it's recommended. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And of course, thank you to all the super fans, which include Matthew Newman, Yam, Kali Speaks Plays, Shadow Gamer Z, Deva Edits, Mr. Bonk 7, Hammer Toad 45, Patrick Clauser, Connor the Gamer, Texan Cowboy Cheese, Poland Country Ball, Yakko, Nevada Garbage Trucks, DW Cool Dude, Soviet Ball, and Serminator. Once again, thank you guys.